a new chair. Hi. Oh, okay. I'm also going to close the window. It's a little bit chilly. Okay. Hello. Welcome to Thursday. Here is a chair that I bought from the Big Reuse. This was not cheap. I believe it was something like 60 or 70. And you might be asking me, June, why would you spend that much money on this chair? Well, I will show you why in a second. First, I'm going to drink some water and take my vitamins, and I invite you to do the same. I'm taking 2 C's and 1 D, and yes, I believe some folks have proven that C's don't do shit for you, but C's do shit for me because placebo works a lot on me, so I will continue taking C's, especially double dose in the winter. Does it work? Thank you, I love my wig too. Okay, yes, it is a lot of money for a used chair. However, I was moving into a new space, this one, and I was like, girl, treat yourself. It's your space. It's got a lot of empty space. You have to fill it up with something. And you have said that you don't really want a couch because fuck couches, they're not very mobile, right? Every time you move to a new place, you wonder what the fuck you're gonna do with your bed and your couch. And so I don't really want a couch. If anybody comes to visit me, they can take one of my random seats or stools, or they can sit on the fucking floor. I keep my floors fairly clean, and every time before a friend comes, I usually try to at least sweep, if not mop. Couches are really fucking hard to clean, you know, like, you spill something, what the fuck do you do? Is it very pixelated? Is it very pixelated? Guys, one of you said it's very pixelated. Is it very pixelated? I'm sorry. I don't know why it's pixelated. I'm doing my best. But okay, let me show you why I love this chair. Look, it is like iron, okay? This shit is heavy. It's like weight training. I can squat, oh, maybe not on the floor. I can squat with this if I want to work out. But, you ready? It swivels. It's a little tight in here, but it swivels. And let me tell you, I live in a co-op now where the rule is you are supposed to cover 80% of your floor. And a rolling chair, which I love for the swivel effect, rolls, which creates a lot of noise. This one has no wheels, which means I can swivel without fear of causing noise for my downstairs neighbor. I can just keep swiveling forever and ever and ever and ever until I throw up. So that is why I spent 70 bucks on it. I don't need to justify my expenditures to you, but you know, it's very strange because every time I think about spending money, I'm like, how does this fit in with my budget eats persona? And this is a very fraught topic for me mentally because I'm just like, I do like being thrifty, but I also want to treat myself. And are those things a contradiction? And, you know, like mentally I'm still working it out. There's still some sort of like guilt mechanism that kicks into place. And so, food for thought. Second thing that I want to bring to attention, yes, Budget Eats is a job, but also Budget Eats works a lot for me because it truly is the way that I shop for food for the most part. I feel like 80 to 85% of the time, like you see me, I do just buy dollar bags of produce. Like this is not out of the ordinary for me. I go for the cheap stuff for the most part. Like I just bought 4 more bags of almonds from Patel Brothers today because it's $9 for 3 pounds. So I spent $40 on almonds because I'm like, when am I ever gonna see almonds this cheap again? They're all sitting in my freezer right now, which is why I made more almond butter. And we're gonna eat it on toast. Peanut butter is like $3 a pound now. So I'm swiveling to almond butter because I'm kind of tired of peanut butter. But I will go bankrupt on the Patel Brothers almonds. Okay, second thing that I want to show you guys, besides this chair, yeah, cashews are very expensive, is this. A lot of you have recommended that I put Vaseline on my fingers for my really severe winter eczema. Hi, England, and Aquaphor and Eucerin, and y'all, I have tried all of those. None of those work, but this A&D ointment. I actually, don't tell anyone, I stole this packet from grandma's because there were like 8 packets in her bathroom, and they looked really neglected. So I stole one, and I just put like this much, like a quarter of what you would squeeze onto your toothbrush, and I've been using it for the past 2 days, and shit is good. My hands are really rough right now, but the cracks have healed. It is diaper rash stuff, for sure. But my cracks have finally stopped bleeding, and I love it. So, you know, maybe I'll just snag a bag every time I go to grandma's when I need it. I love it currently. It's working really well for my eczema. It's not like a magic balm, but out of the ones that I have tried, this has done the most for me. So, working hands. Yeah, is that O'Keefe from O'Keefe, or is it Kiehl's? One of those. Can we get a hair toss? The hair's still wet. I just showered like half an hour ago, but yes, you can, because you're very special, Linda. Is that the kind you wanted? No, it's not going to be a very graceful hair toss, guys. I did trim it a little bit more after we got off the live yesterday because I knew I would want to fuck with it again today. So instead of cleaning 2 days, I just decided, let me cut it for 40 minutes more and clean it 1 day. Yeah. Why did I cut the longer side? Because it was too thick, and I didn't want it that thick. And I will tell you that one of the least favorite parts of my day is going into the shower, washing my hair, and feeling like there's too much hair to wash. Do you ever have that feeling where you're just like, I only want to work my scalp, I don't want to deal with this shit, and then this just feels waterlogged and heavy and like you can't comb through it? So I just decided that I'm going to thin it out, give it more of a wolf look, and during the process of thinning it out, it naturally got shorter. And yeah, I was a little upset with myself because I thought I went a little too short, but now that I'm looking at it, I don't have a problem with it, because I think yesterday's was like very kind of avant-garde cut where it was like extremely asymmetrical, but now it's asymmetrical to the point where like if I just tilt it a little bit, it looks even, you know? And I'm sorry, Gary, that you have no hair. Life is not fair, and everything is unjust. But if I just flip it, it looks even, you know? Like, sorry, Gary. You know the deal. I don't mean to laugh at people's misfortune, but like life is a fucking torturous comedy. it's a tragic comedy, all of life. But yeah, at least you have a goofy wizard beard to fall back on. So I can wear it this way. You know, if I decide to like gel it or put some styling shit in it, I could also do like a slicked back wet look that they sometimes do in Hollywood, you know, the sexy kind of androgynous look. I'm into that. I'm into the androgynous slicked back look, but I don't like product. I don't like buying product. I don't like wearing product. I don't like feeling product. I don't like washing product out of my hair. I'm lazy. I don't style. So even though I have this haircut now, I'm just going to half high ponytail it. This is the way I wore it today when I went on my walk, and I did go on a 3-hour walk today. It was a little intense. I probably should have just done like an hour and a half, but that is why I'm not cooking. I made almond butter. We're gonna eat toast. We're gonna eat salmon and grains and my zucchini salad, and we're gonna chat. This is gonna be really chill. So if you want to stick around to, oh, I might make some sourdough dough, not the bread, but the dough, because I'm down to my last slice of bread, believe it or not. So I'm really liking the fact that I have a routine. Thank you, Lisa. Of baking bread like twice a week now. It's really nice to produce a food item for myself that I don't have to finish that same day, and I can switch it up every other day with butter or cream cheese or jam or almond butter or like anything. I'm really glad that I got back into making sourdough, because I feel like when I worked in restaurants, I discovered that my true love in terms of making food was dough. Like, I love the transformative qualities of dough. I love the tactile experience of working with dough. I like how much the dough gives. I like how much the dough changes with just a tablespoon or two more of water. Like, dough is so water-like in a lot of ways, and it's so dependent on so many factors, especially when it's yeasted, whether or not it's sourdough naturally leavened or commercially yeasted. So I just really like watching it grow. Does that sound weird? It true, like, bread is my baby. So I really like it. Maybe I should start a bread blog for my imaginary Patreon that I don't have. My sense of taste, I think, is like 40% maybe. Aiden, what did your partner make tonight? What's in my zucchini salad? Currently it's just salted zucchini, but we can dress it up. I'm trying to go through your comments. You guys talk a lot. Do you find naturally yeasted breads better than the commercially yeasted ones? Very different. Commercially yeasted tends to be fluffier. My sourdough starter is like very fucked up. I haven't been keeping it very consistently fed. I haven't even been using the 1-to-1 ratio of flour to water. So it's just very lax and experimental. And so every single batch of bread that I make, I don't really follow an exact precise recipe. So every batch of bread is like a blind date surprise for me, which I honestly love. I love making things that are kind of funky. I love having something new every time. I do like consistency, but I like variation with the consistency. So it's a little bit of like controlled chaos. A little bit of that Freudian thing that we just read in Zizek the other day, where, you know, the child kind of throws the whatever object away and retrieves it as a way of reenacting his trauma to exert control over a replay of the traumatic event. And so for bread, it's like, I know that it's not going to come out the same every time, and I'm still doing it. Therefore, even though it is out of my control in terms of the exact result and product, I am in control of the process, if that makes any sense. We're getting very psychological here. I'm getting very tired. I need food soon. Video is pixelated blurry. Can you check your settings and make sure it's not on auto? So I know if my internet just really fucking sucks. Hi, Copenhagen. Okay, yay, Natsuko. Welcome. Okay, so I'm going to first. I'm a little too hungry to be doing this. I'm going to heat up my cast iron. Oh God, guys. I think I need a Bolding. Do you think the silver one will have a ding ding? Okay, you're on 720 and it's potato. Well, I'm sorry, guys. That's very interesting. Maybe a different one. Let me find a different one. Have we tried this bowl yet? Have we tried this bowl yet? Oh, it echoes so long. That was really nice. Okay. Now I'm going to warm up my cast iron pan and we're going to toast the bread slices and then we're going to swipe the Vitamix of almond butter remnants with it. I used Mom's Manuka honey in this almond butter, so I used Elasta for Manuka honey in congee and this almond butter. I have hit a point in which I am ready to let go of Mom's perishables. I've started using her conditioner every day. Yes, I do slice my bread before freezing it. I think it is very essential. So I don't know what that means in terms of, I guess I've hit a new stage of grief where I feel Mom being incorporated into my life a little bit more holistically. I don't really cling to her items so much anymore. Mom used Dove. She loved Dove hair things. So I think I finally just feel at peace of letting go of the training wheels of her items. I started to use the surgical blue masks that she gave me a box of in March of 2020. That was right before like official lockdown. Manuka honey tastes a little bit eucalyptusy to me. It's a little bit heavier. It's a little bit spicier almost. The consistency is very thick. It usually doesn't like drizzle off your spoon. It kind of slides off your spoon as a whole, if that makes sense. Grieving is hard. Everyone moves differently, and that's gotta be okay. It's not only okay, but it's gotta be okay. No worries, you didn't interrupt. This is the nature of the live. I mean, we treat things with such gravity and solemnity that I think we deserve to break it up with less casual things in order to normalize these talks, right? Like, I do want to respect things like loved ones passing away, but it is also so healthy for me to incorporate all of this very laden stuff with the lighter stuff of life because it's just concurrent. They're all concurrent. So never feel guilt for like saying anything on these. Honestly, I would rather you say things than not say things, even if it's controversial, because it brings up topics for us to talk about and discuss. And if we really think you're a shit person, we might ban you for a while. But it's pretty democratic. I hope so. I want to create an environment where people can talk about things without stabbing each other to death, because I think we honestly have so much of that in the world that like hasn't really gotten us anywhere, has it? Hello from China. Which part of China? That means you are morning time 9:30. Good morning. What you having for breakfast? Hebei. All right. Laoxiao. I think grandma's from Hebei. Do you have any advice whose mom died recently? I feel like I'm not sad enough. No. Don't, like, you feel like you're not sad enough. Yeah. I don't know if you've watched my most recent grief diary. But I really do recommend, if you can, if it's not too heavy and triggering for you, that you watch it. Because, yes, all of China has a single time zone. That is correct. Because you can see how I process my mom's death in the day that follows me getting the news of her dying. I don't know how recent your mom passed away. You don't have to tell us if you don't feel comfortable telling us. But again, my experience is not your experience. You are allowed to have your own experience. You are your own person. Your existence is unique to you. And yes, we all go through the same things, but we are not the same. And I was really fucking numb, and I kept doing things as best as I could, and I would break down from time to time, and sometimes I'm just like, I gotta get shit done, you know? Your brain does things sometimes to protect you. And we have to take into consideration that, like, not all relationships are the same either, you know? Like, some people have shitty moms. Some people have shitty moms who are just shitty moms. Some people have shitty moms because those moms took on too much and they were broken people themselves, not of their own fault. Some people have shitty moms because, like, life just got too hard for everyone. Life sucks sometimes. Like Gary, who doesn't have hair and can't tolerate other people talking about how thick their hair is. Like, life isn't fucking fair, you know? Like, some people have abusive parents. Some people don't have great relationships with their parents. You don't have to do her justice. You just have to be her daughter in the way that you experience being her daughter. The only thing we can offer to the world is our perspective. And we have to recognize that not everything can be held up to a standard of truth. Not everything can be held up to a standard of excellence. Not everything can be held up to a standard of success. Because those things are empty concepts that we have constructed for ourselves. And we are holding both ourselves and other people prisoner to these abstract ideas. I'm sorry, Gary. I will retreat. Free yourself. I think we don't really deserve anything in life because life is just a shit show, chaos, mess. But if we do deserve anything, we deserve to free ourselves from the burdens that we've given ourselves. Because it was dumb for us to give ourselves the burden in the first place. But we all bought into that delusion collectively, and now it's hurting us. And we need to recognize when it's hurting us and not working for us, and we need to, like, evolve out of that, because if we don't, then the trauma will just get worse, and we will become sadder and sadder and sadder, and we will become gradually more broken. And then what? We'll just have a world of broken people who are angry at themselves and upset and disappointed at themselves, and then that self-hate flows out of them and becomes toxic to other people because they truly just can't stand themselves. But it's not really that they can't stand themselves. It's that they can't stand the pressures of judging themselves constantly. what we are forgetting is why we have come to inhabit this self that judges ourselves all the time. Why are we doing this? To what end do we continue doing this? And to what purpose do we do this? Is there an end goal? Is it productive, so to speak? And if there isn't, then we have to look about judgment in the same way that we've come to look about money. People want to hoard money because they never think they have enough to be secure. But security is also a very abstract idea. Nobody will have security because everybody will die, and you don't even get to choose when you die, how you die. Samantha says, I just want to write her obituary in a way that respects her but is also honest. It's a hard line. I want you to be able to give yourself the priority of putting you first. Because, and this is going to sound like really fucking brutal, she's dead. You're alive. I should hope that as your mother, she wants you to be the happiest you can be. Because I think that is truly what love means. Love is also this very abstract thing. But for me, love, I'm coming to find, is a really fucking nonsensical thing. Where you willingly hurt yourself to make sure the other person does better. And so I think you love your mom right now because you're willing to judge yourself and hurt yourself to make sure that your mom is happy. But like, mom is dead. And mom also wants you to be happy. So think about what mom wants and give mom what mom wants. Mom wants you to be happy. So in this time, your job is to think about how to make yourself happy. Does that resonate with you? Because it resonated with me when I first had other people tell me similar things and I finally clicked. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna do me. You don't gotta be sorry for derailing it. This is a conversation I'm so happy that we're having. Thank you for bringing it up, and thank you for sharing your experience, and thank you for being open and vulnerable enough to like talk about it in front of 200 plus strangers. And thank you for being honest, and thank you for speaking your emotions. It's like not easy to fucking do that, and you did it. So give yourself some credit and know that you are using all of your strength right now to stay afloat, because it is, I think, one of the hardest things I've had to do in life to survive my mom's death. And yeah, I was lucky to have a mom who loved me, maybe too much, but I guess I would rather have a mom who loved me too much than a mom who didn't love me enough, right? Like, so in thinking about that, I'm very lucky and I'm very blessed. And I'm really sad for those of us who didn't grow up with parents who were able to give us that love that we needed. Amanda, for the Bailey's figs, I soak them for 2 days, but you can let them soak and then the alcohol will just get more soaked and the figs will fuck you up even more. And it's very okay that you didn't see her. I dealt with a lot of grief, and I wasn't even on the opposite side of the country. I was on the opposite side of Queens, one county, same county, and I didn't see her very much because it was COVID, and I didn't fucking know she was gonna die. Had I known my mom was going to die this last year, hell yeah, I would have seen her. But we don't foresee the future, and we make do with what we have. And you, like, I don't know. I would say, Samantha, if I could pretend that you are a shadow of myself and I could speak to a shadow of myself, I would say to you that in taking care of yourself, you are taking care of mom. And there's a lot of really shitty things that happened, and your mom died, and now things feel really bad. And you just gotta make it better however you can so that you survive it. Like, your task right now is to survive it. You are trying to do everything perfectly because you want to honor her. I've been there. I struggled so much with like trying to figure out every single account that mom had because mom passed away suddenly and I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, and like she had statements she never opened up from 30 years ago that I had to figure out if they were still active accounts. But like at one point I was just like, fuck, I'm breaking myself for these accounts and mom's dead, and like it truly doesn't matter. I have to give up sometime, you know. I was burning out. Like I had to prioritize it. And at that time I was like, mom worked so hard to save all this money. I have to figure out every single penny of her money to like honor her life. But I also realized maybe like 4 or 5 months in that I have to honor myself first and foremost, because one, that's what mom would have wanted me to do. Two, that's what mom didn't do for herself. Like she didn't honor herself enough. So now I have to do that for her through my own life. Money isn't important anymore. And I think my mom prioritized money so much because she was insecure about not having enough, and she wanted to guarantee me a future where I had enough. But like, again, that is a prison that we put on ourselves. And I had to figure out, in dealing with mom's passing, while in grief, how to prioritize my life. And like, mom's death for me changed the direction of my life severely. Not to say that like I intended on overhauling my entire life, but it is inevitably so that mom passing away changed my personality, changed my perspective, changed the way that I saw things, the way that I saw my own existence in the situation of my life. It made me see the dynamics that I was dealing with that I wasn't content with. It made me want to speak out, to stand up for myself, to lead myself in a direction that I would be more content with. And I did it. And you know, things happened. Mom would not have been very pleased with some of the changes that have happened in my life in the past year, but mom isn't here anymore. I am. And I have to live my life. And I'm not living my life in a way that dishonors her. I'm just living my life in the way that would most honor her, which is to honor myself and my needs and my wants and my desires, because I don't know when I'm going to die. And so while I'm here, I have chosen to do what I most desire to do and prioritize that. And I also agree, Gabby, completely, that we should have the choice to die whenever we want. Because if there is no choice to die, then there is no choice in life, period. So I agree. But yeah. I don't know how much of that helped you, but I just want you to know that whatever you do is okay. Your job right now is to protect yourself, because I think what really helped me was like multiple people DMing me over and over and over again when I was grieving on Instagram that I am my mom's legacy. Like, out of all the things that mom left behind, I'm her biggest one. The heat is off, but thank you. So if I want to protect her legacy, then I protect me first. So. Bread time! First I'm going to jar up the almond butter. Oh, I shouldn't move you guys because you said every time I move you, it gets worse in terms of quality. Is that right? Is that still right? And Kay Bullock, I do agree. I have been trying to trust my gut a lot more. Trust your gut. Your gut knows. I think our society right now doesn't value the gut. It values logic, but logic is fucked too. Everything's fucked. That's why when people tell you there's no right way to grieve, yeah, there's no right way to live either. There's no right way to do things. We're told that there is a success that we're supposed to follow, but like, what's right for me isn't right for you. You gotta figure out what works for you. People ask me, how do you spice things on Budget Eats, June, out of nowhere? Can you teach me? And I'm like, I can teach you how I like things. I can't teach you how you like things. Like, that's a job that you have to take on for yourself. If you want to be happy with your experiences in life, you got to do the work to figure out what you like. Like, I don't like crusty bread. I actually love underbaked bread. I like my muffins a little bit wet. Most people would say that's a soggy bottom. Paul Hollywood would not make me star baker of the week. Fuck Paul Hollywood, because he's not living my life, I am. And he's not eating my food, I am. So, you know, like, that's all I'm saying. Don't listen to the Paul Hollywoods of the world. Even if they have icy, sexy blue eyes, they're not good for anything except TV. I would love to be a host of a show. What kind of show? What kind of show? What kind of show? Thick ass almond butter. See, some people are gifted with criminally blue eyes. Not all of us have blue eyes. I just have like brown ones that everybody thinks is black until the afternoon light at 3:52 hits it at a certain angle and they're like, whoa, your eyes are brown? And I'm like, yeah, girl, my eyes are brown. It's fine. You don't gotta see the magic all the time to know it's there. Oh, this is my time to give daily thanks to random strangers who decided that they want to fund my Birkenstocks. Thank you. Thank you. Last night, a couple more of you pulled through, and my God, how angry would you be if I didn't even buy Birkenstocks and I just hoarded your money? But I am truly just waiting for when my gut is like, yeah, do it. You know, it's really hard for me to pull the trigger, but I still very much appreciate the money that you're throwing at me for my Christmas gifts. So I'll get the Birkenstocks. I just need to figure out if they can like fucking give me free shipping, you know? Because if I'm already paying $350 for shoes plus tax, because I believe only clothes under 100 is untaxed. Is that still right? That's a lot of money for one pair of shoes. And then I have to pay shipping on top of that. I gotta figure it out. Would I open a P.O. box? I talked about this on a previous live. I was like, you know, if you guys want to fund the P.O. box, and then nobody funded it, maybe I'll use your money for a P.O. box. But then that opens up a whole can of worms. I'm very manic right now without food in my system. see, Linda is being that voice that's like, girl, what you doing buying $350 shoes? I thought you was budget eats. It's okay to judge me, Linda, because the only reason why your judgment feels weird to me to process right now is because I'm internally judging myself too. You are like just echoing my inner thoughts. But also, I have really fucked up joints. I've had fucked up feet ever since college. My roommate in freshman year decided to join the Frisbee team, and she was like, you should come with me, be social. And I was like, I'm not sporty at all. My mom didn't even let me run across the street because of my kidney disease when I was a kid. And she was just like, come try it. So I went to try it. She left me for fencing team like a month later. I was stuck on the Frisbee team because I was like, I guess I'll stay. It feels wrong to leave. Didn't fucking know how to run in cleats, didn't know how to fucking run in cleats on soggy grass, twisted my ankle really bad 3 times until they turned like green-blue, never got it checked out properly, and then like it healed weird. I have this weird bone bump near my heel ankle, and it hurt to walk for the next 8 years. Now I don't even process the pain anymore, but because of that injury and being prone to ankle twists and sprains over and over again, it's led to like my knees going shit, my hip going shit. Like everything just travels up, right? You fuck up your feet, you're gonna fuck up your knees. You fuck up your knees, you're gonna fuck up your hips. And then your fucking spine will probably go soon. So, you know, I'm just really angry at myself for staying on the Frisbee team when I didn't even want to do it. And I sucked, y'all. Like, this is why you have to listen to your gut. This is why. Yeah, Meteor Girl, please buy me them in German. Can I just go to Germany? Can I just find me a German man to marry? I'll fucking go to Germany and I'll just stay there. But yeah, anyway, I'm just really angry at myself for having stayed on the Frisbee team, but it is all a part of life and life's experience, as Mom would say. However, this is another great illustration of why you need to listen to your gut. If your gut says, I don't know if I want to be on the Frisbee team, and I don't know if I want to stay now that I've tried it for a month, fucking leave before you fucking fuck up your feet for the rest of your fucking life. I do need to eat. Julie's right. Julie's right. Oh, God. There's like weird shit in my almond butter, guys. I don't know what's going on anymore. Sharing time. What are your biggest regrets in life? Just give me one big regret. Like, for example, I wish I did not stay on the Frisbee team and fuck up my feet forever. Hoka doesn't fit me well, unfortunately. They actually still pinch my toes. I'm sorry, some of these are hilarious though. Oh, I regret not having a threesome. Making me think. It's making me think. Do you ever think through those scenarios? Do Do you ever think through the scenarios fully in the alternate universe of the other choice you didn't make? Do you ever do those thinking? Like sometimes I daydream a soap opera in my head. Yo, food regrets are real now, Co. Listen, girl, not everything's gonna be healthy in life. Sometimes you just gotta do fucked up shit. You know? Therapists do call it ruminating, but I fucking like chewing on my own cud. Emotionally. Wow, je ne regrette rien. Really, media girl? You're really gonna do that to us? Show off. Fine. Some of us are lucky that way. It's true, Nako. I'm coming up on the stage in my life where I'm like, do it, regret it later. Don't not do it and then regret that. I think when I was younger, I was really terrified of making the wrong choice and fucking myself up forever. But now I'm just like, think about what a fucked up, traumatized badass you could be right now. Now you're just like fucked up and traumatized, not a badass. So I'm trying to give myself more badass in my life. I'm doing a lot of things that I will regret for the better. How do you know who you are without doing them? How do you not know what boundaries you have and don't have until you break them? Thank you, Gary. Thank you for saying that. You regret having kids. Say it louder for the people in the back. I'm eating my wad of food now. Thank you. We're gonna eat some thick ass almond butter. Gabby, I wasn't able to walk for more than 2 hours without pain the first couple of years after. I wore like one of those fabric elastic ankle braces. It helped, but not really. Wait. The video is super pixelated right now and there's still 206. That's a lot of people watching potato quality. Do you know how powerful that makes me feel? That you guys are watching literal shit pixels and there's 260 of you? Wow. That's right, 0 standards. Keep them there. You will be the happiest folks. How pixelated am I today? Y'all are gonna make me cry. I have no tears left. Flip phone quality.
Bethany, I am feeling better today. 2 days ago, I tried to walk the 3-hour walk and I faded within 30 minutes. And today I only started fading 2 hours in. So my strength is coming back. I'm not trying to push myself too hard, but I can see a difference. Oh, that bread is so good. That almond butter is so good. When am I getting the ice cream maker? Maybe next week. We might do a handoff next week. How many weeks ago were you sick? Probably 2.5. I always wanted to be a Picasso painting. Damn. What the fuck is going on? Let me open the window. Do you think? I just pulled back the curtain. Do you think that changed? Huh. All right, who's next? Who wants to share and roll us off into another meaningful conversation where we discover new things about ourselves? Oh my God, Ram, no. Why do you get so possessive over my things? They're mine, girlfriend. I sewed this out of fabric that I got from the Delish Test Kitchen free table that nobody wanted because it has red crayon markings on it and a mysterious brown spot that we're not going to think about. What's the worst religion? Confidence. Don't worry, Linda, you'll see me clean it on this live because I have to. Religion is only bad when you let it rule your life, your complete value system, to the exclusion of any other contradictory thoughts. Because that is a prison. So the confidence in religious beliefs is what is most harmful. You have your neighbor's phone number? I used to just go upstairs and knock on their door. Sometimes they would answer and sometimes they would shut the fuck up. Hi, cat tips. My first impulse, Gary, was to say all religions, and then my brain was like, hold up. Is that actually true? What is behind all religions? I don't have my neighbor's number. That's really weird. Y'all don't live in New York, do you? You live in Minnesota, of course you do. Minnesota. I think I would do well there, maybe. Vermont. Ohio. Vermont seems like a nice place to be. I mean, the friendship is better from my perspective because I have space from him and I don't get angry, and so therefore I'm not bitchy, and if I'm not bitchy then he doesn't perceive me as toxic. So, you know, for me it is better, but you're gonna have to ask him for his take. Jersey City, Queen's Base. How are we gonna get Bernie elected? Wow. Yeah, we still text every day. He just came by today to pick up the clippers. Wow, Gary, way to not sound sketchy at all. Aaron is feeling a lot better. He's actually pretty good. I think he's healing faster than I am. Lucky jerk. You're not on 4K, you're just not on extreme potato quality. I'm currently eating a sourdough bread that I made myself with buckwheat in it, with some homemade almond butter. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think the connection dropped, and then, hey, we'll take 2005 quality. Honestly, everything past 1995 is acceptable to me. Like, VHS is not that bad. Okay, can I ask? You don't have to answer if you don't want to. You can see my colors. What does that even fucking mean, Ram? You don't have to answer if you don't feel comfortable sharing. And now I forgot the question. Fuck you, Ram. Fuck. What was I gonna ask you? Fuck. God damn it. No, I don't. You guys, your heads are in the gutter. My head was not in the gutter. Wow, y'all. Wow. Okay, ever since I will let you guys all know. Ever since we started talking about the definition of what sex work includes, my ad revenue on these lives have halved. I used to make $23. Now I make $13. YouTube doesn't like it when we talk about sex work. It's like roughly the same amount of views too. But guess what? If it only costs me $10 to talk about sex work definitions, I'll fucking talk about sex work definitions. I feel like this live stream community has made me more of a feminist. Is that? I don't know how that happened, but. Please stand by says, I thought sex sells. You know what kind of sex sells? On YouTube, I was talking with Ram about this. Those bikini try-ons, where it's really not about the bikini at all. You kind of just see like boobs everywhere. But not when you talk about what defines sex work, because that is taking the taboo out of it. If you just give the people the tantalizing content without deconstructing it, it feeds into the system. But if you deconstruct it, you are breaking the system. Don't nobody like it when you break the system, because breaking the system means breaking down hierarchy, means breaking down power, means breaking down profit, means breaking down everything we've constructed. It's another thing if I just stared at the video and washed the zucchini suggestively. But it's a totally other thing if I do that while asking you, is this sex work? Not to give myself too much credit. Why watch bikini try-ons if I can just watch porn? From my point of view, to feel less guilt, because we have a lot of guilt surrounding enjoying porn, I think. There's a lot of guilt surrounding the dynamics that are depicted in porn. There are so many different kinds of mentalities and cultural restrictions around sexuality, and who knows what kind of traumas people are holding on to that prohibit themselves from fully enjoying things, right? There's so much guilt and shame in everything we've constructed. And they can make money off of that shame. If I take away the shame, they can't make the money off of that shame anymore. So they're gonna take the money away from me so that I don't take away the shame. But I don't really care about $10. Maybe if it's like $100,000, I would care a little bit more, but I was actually thinking about this. And I want to talk about it, since I can't remember the question I was going to talk to you before. Currently, I make $20-ish on these lives, right? And they add up, especially if I do like 3 a day, like a crazy person. Am I allowed to talk about this, or is this going to get me demonetized? But anyway, I think if I keep doing this, just the lives, I might make enough ad revenue where I can like maybe pay off 80% of my rent every month and not have to worry about digging too much into my savings to sustain myself while I'm searching for the next phase of my life in terms of more stable income. And I was thinking about this on the train. If I got a better camera that would live stream at a better quality, I could potentially draw in more views, have higher quality content, and lead myself into more ad revenue, right? But the next question for myself to answer was, do I want to do that? Do I want more money? Like the default instinct is, yeah, we want more money. But do I actually need and want it? If what I'm doing right now is enough to sustain myself for the most part, and you know, maybe I'll get 10K more subscribers in the next 3 months, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, but I'm just saying, it might cover 100% of my rent. If I can just make enough ad revenue that covers what I need every month without giving me much more than that, why do I want more than that? But yeah, of course, I'm gonna want enough money to like cover medical, because this country is still fucked with no medical, even though 35 to 40% of my income gets taxed away. But exactly. Natsuko says, I would love for you to have a stable income off of this, but more people might mean less honest discussions. Like, it changes the dynamic, right? The greed, the internal greed, will change and warp the way I function on this channel, right? Then my brain will turn into a gear where all I'm thinking was, how do I maximize ad revenue? How do I make more income? How do I profit off of this? It's a catch-22 because y'all come here for the mess. You come here for potato. You're weird. I like that. I'm not seeking an answer. I'm just sharing my thoughts with you. I'm sharing my thought process with you, right? We're not revisiting merch. Fuck merch. Okay, a lot of people are saying, can you make a version of Budget Eats on this channel? Let's think about what that means. Budget Eats was a food show, might still be a food show, where you take a certain amount of money, you buy the food, you cook the food, and you try to be creative with it. If I don't call it Budget Eats and still do that premise, can I do it? Probably. Like, there's so many ripoffs on YouTube. Like, BuzzFeed is ripping off Barrel's content. And when she pushed back and her viewers pushed back, they fucking slapped a lawyer statement on her and was like, actually what we're doing is legal. So can I still do Budget Eats-esque things? I don't see why not. But I don't want to. I don't want to anymore. Because honestly, I'm tired of that premise. I want to do something new. But I'm still going to be me at a certain extent, in that I do like being thrifty. Like, that will always be a part of me because that's what I grew up doing. Like, formatively, that is who I am. So even if I don't make it budget oriented, I'm still going to bring the budget side of this. I can't really excise that part of me out. So I hope to be cooking shit, I hope to be eating shit, I hope to be buying shit, and I hope to be putting out video content, and I hope to be like still processing all of these different things that rack around my head, like mom dying. And people have recommended, Kate Clock, that I do a podcast when I ask for suggestions on Instagram of what I could be doing next in my life. And I think a lot of my videos with the edited voiceover content are sort of like visual podcasts. I don't want to start a podcast because literally everybody is doing a podcast these days. But a visual podcast? Isn't that so cool? I think my grief diaries are sort of visual podcasts. Nalco. If you want to teach me how to do a podcast, Nalco, I can. But listen, if you play out my grief diary without the visuals, I think it feels like a podcast.
And I think there's something so like attractive to me. Visual podcasts are vlogs. Yeah. There's something very attractive to me about having a video where you can watch the video and it's showing you one thing, and then you listen to the voiceover and it's telling you another. Not to say that they're conflicting elements, they do go together. They can go together, but they can also exist separately. You can watch the grief videos without the voiceover, and you would first see me crying and you would be like, why the fuck is she crying? But the rest of it is us walking around in Cairo and eating shit. It feels like a food vlog. But if you listen to it without watching it, it's very much a grief diary. It's dissecting what happened to me in the aftermath of Mom's death. Now, those two things don't normally go together, right? But I made them go together because that's where my brain was at. And it was organic for me to want to push out this food content that I had originally filmed with the intent of making a food vlog. But my brain had changed by the time Mom died. I would love high quality video of you cooking great food. Have I ever cooked great food? I've only cooked weird food. And that's not deprecating myself. I love cooking weird food. So many people cook great food. So many people cook beautiful food. So many people cook recipes that have been tested 50 times. That's not my thing. That doesn't make me happy. I learned during my time in food media that testing a recipe over and over and over again, you're right, weird and great are not mutually exclusive. I'm using great in scare quotes. I'm using great in terms of a standard, a communally agreed upon standard of beauty and perfection, which is what food media usually traditionally stands for. Beautiful, polished, faultless, effortless. Master. I don't want to be a master. I want to be that chaotic little spirit nymph running around buck naked in the forest of experimentation. That's what makes me happy. So I want to film stuff where I don't recipe test before I show it to you, and I just do it, which is what I did on Budget Eats. And you know what? That show made me so drained and fucking tired to produce, but also made me feel so liberated in terms of being able to create something, put it out for people to see, and own it as something that wasn't polished. You know? I don't want perfection. It's tiring to be perfect. I want to just live, right? Like, why do we have to be perfect all the time? I want to have fun. If I were to die tomorrow, I don't want to be sitting here testing my cookie recipe for the 10th time just so I can slap a title on my blog that says, "The perfect chocolate chip cookie." Fuck that shit. I want to make some crinkly ass, half underbaked, cranberry seeded white chocolate that burnt on the bottom cookie. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I think I need more bread. Ooh, Manuka honey almond butter hits different. Deborah, damn, your mom passed away earlier than mine did. Mine was almost 62. We can talk about it if you want. You don't have to share more though. And see, like, it's okay to be, oh my god, poem inspired recipes. Let me write that shit down.
Poetry used to be one of my loves in life. I want to get back to my loves in life. I want to love again. Poetry inspired recipes. Go to sleep, media girl. Shoot. Wait, I need to write down your name. Azayas 1807. What is a love in your life that you would get back to? Tell me what things you love in life. You miss her every day in life, but you can't dwell on it. You don't have to dwell on it. I don't know about cooking by music. Oh, Omid. Sorry. Wait, how do you spell Omid's full name? Omid, can you speak up so I can write down your username? Thank you for correcting me. Omid, oh my gosh, your name. It's gonna take me a while to spell correctly. Sadegh. Writing with almond butter on your hand is rough. Thank you for that idea. I like to credit my lords and sources when I can. What about ancient recipes? People are already doing that. I don't want to do it. I never enjoyed history. Zizek is easy to spell. Spell Nietzsche. Who was your first love? Haku from Spirited Away. I had such a crush on him. He was like so androgynous too. Yeah, somebody got Nietzsche right. Somebody got Nietzsche wrong though. It's hard. There's a Z and a C and an S and a C and an H. Too many letters now. Ancient recipe is not my thing. Yeah, give me something to spell. Media girl, give me something to spell and then you go the fuck to sleep. That's not a real word, is it? Oh my god. I can't. Well, you just spelled it for us, so. What does it mean? Tell us what it means. Pronounce it. Do I dip my Oreos in milk? No, not really. I take them apart and I discard the cream. Sorry. Christy Wong says, the love language of food, just talking to people about dishes that have made them feel the most loved. I love it, but that's not content I would make. Because it's a little too romantic for me. And it would involve constantly other people. Middle, brownie, or edge? I used to be middle. Now I'm an edge. I might even be a corner. Discarding the cream really trips some people up. It would be nice to know how you built your pantry supply. Whatever the fuck is on sale. Literally. Oh my god, Oreo cookie filled with peanut butter instead of cream. You guys are geniuses. I mean, Christy, we can answer your question. What is the food that made you feel most loved, y'all? I am a monster. Welcome to my real world. You are putting chia seeds in sugar-free Jello? Yeah, you are losing your mind. Why the fuck are you eating sugar-free Jello? That tastes nasty. I don't buy Oreos. I only eat them when other people give it to me. Shanjianbao. Yum. Bingo. That's the right way to spell Nietzsche. Wow. Vegan pastelas. What's in them? Oh my gosh, you guys are so sweet. All these cute food associations. Tea and toast. Gary, there is something so melancholic in the way you phrase that, intentionally too. I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing. Maltesers over Whoppers. Yes, I guess I agree. Yeah, Aiden, I saw earlier that your partner made bao buns. Is that your most loved? Oh my gosh, yes, TVP is amazing. Momo Crave here in Woodside makes TVP vegan momos. Okay, J Topper, I love that idea, but I don't have that many expired things anymore. Unfortunately, it takes a while to build up expired things. I can ask people to mail them to me, but it would be less safe that way. TVP is textured vegetable protein. It's usually soy. Momo Crave. MOMOCRAVE. My dad loves Ferrero Rocher, but my mom thinks the center is too sweet. Media girl, go to sleep. Leave. Okay, because wolf cut is really hard to describe because it's more visual. TVP isn't that visual. I can tell you what a food is if you have any knowledge of beans. Haircut, very visual. Does that make sense? I'm not just picking on you. I'm trying to like rationalize why. Also, I had scissors in my hand that might have poked my eyeball out at the time. Right now I don't. Hello, Vera. Wow. Look, it took me an hour and a half to eat almond butter, and now I only have 35% battery left to eat my salmon and zucchini. gonna put a little bit of our chickpea and brown rice on the bottom to soak up that salmon juice. Not gonna lie, I slept so much better yesterday without having eaten right before this late, but I'm really hungry, so you just gotta do what you gotta do every day. I've discovered after like, I don't know, close to 2 decades of disordered eating now that you can't have really regimented rules sometimes, because those rules, at least for me, trigger a lot of guilt and shame, which are like the #1 leading cause of a spiral, mental health wise for me. So every day is going to be different, and I'm allowing myself to have different days with different abilities and diversity, you know? Okay, so we have grains on the bottom, salmon in the middle, zucchini on top, and we're gonna microwave it. I have 2 beef tongues. Can you Instant Pot them with a shit ton of spices until it's like nice and really, really tender? Let them cool completely and slice them really thin. That's basically the Chinese preparation style. They get braised whole, they get cooled completely, and then you slice them into thin slices so that it's not tough to chew. It's basically like sliced ham in a way. So you really have to, yeah, you guys can answer how to cook beef tongues too. I'm not the authority here. I've literally never cooked beef tongues. I'm just giving you my 2 cents. Y'all pitch in the 2 cents too. Thanks. You take over. Oh, I was gonna make bread dough. Fuck. I can still make bread dough. Oh, Linda asked me how I clean. I literally just clean it like you would dishes. Linda, some people like to put soap and hot water and then Vitamix it, but it's also almost 10 here, so. Wow, that was 2 minutes.
That's not clean, that's not clean. Okay, you know what? I might have to blitz this a little bit. It's really hard to get the almond butter off. So, I do it. Much better. Some bread. So excited, we're gonna try a new flour. It is going to be a little more gluten-free too. I have this bag of toasted cassava flour, so let's see how this works. Ready to fuck shit up, y'all? Going in with about a cup of whole white wheat. $1.24. Now we're gonna do some buckwheat. $34 grams of buckwheat. Buckwheat is like really disruptive to the structure of bread, but I like the color and the flavor. Then we're gonna go in with some chickpea. 40 grams of chickpea. Then, do I have a container for you? Shit, no container. Forgot containers. How is that possible? Alright, we'll just have to make a really tiny snip for now. That's going with 100 grams of cassava, because I'm feeling crazy. I think this will be an absolute fail of a bread. But, you know.
cup of water-ish. We'll use our like nice little dough hook to get it going. I honestly don't see spleen very often. It was just at that one market that I found it. I, up until that point, had never seen spleen. That's why I bought it. Aaron actually went shopping with me, and he was the one who convinced me to do it. I was like, I don't know how to cook spleen. Like, I've never seen it before. And Aaron was like, well, that's why you gotta do it. So you guys have Aaron to thank for the signature organ meat introduction. Can you imagine me not being brave enough? Do I need to be farther away from the... This smells so earthy, y'all. So earthy. This is actually eating up water a lot more. I added 20 more grams, so 270 grams. Quick, somebody, what's 300 divided by 270? Wait, no, sorry, what's 270 divided by... Wait, that's 90%, isn't it? I don't even need to ask you. Wait, is it 90%? What's 270 divided by 30? Sorry, what's, oh my god. I can't talk. I'm too tired. What's 27 divided by 30? I am on mobile data, guys. Wow, y'all are sticking up for me. 0.9. I was right. Never second guess. Never second guess yourself. Oh, this bread is gonna be dense as fuck. I might need to add cornstarch to this later. We'll see. I think I'll actually add the salt in now, just right on top. That tastes so weird. That tastes like those fish oil tablets. Have you accidentally ever taken like omega-3 supplements and bit through that capsule casing? That's what this tastes like. Right now. Oh, I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna sit. We have 27% battery. Hello. Oh my gosh, yes, this feels good. I don't want to plug in because I actually think that the length of the battery life is the perfect amount of time for me to go live. Any more than that is a little too much and I'm actually exhausted. Y'all got any hot goss? Media Girl is still not in bed. I saw that. I saw that.
Cheers. Oh, this feels hot. Hot, hot, hot. Salmon and salted zucchini. How do we know you're telling the truth, media girl? Not a traditional cookbook, Aiden. I'm not a recipe person. It doesn't make sense for me. Hi, Thailand. You know what, media girl? You do you, girl. Who are we to judge? Have a good night, Bethany. I hope you get all the snow your heart desires. I'm constantly being asked if I want to write a cookbook. Didn't add anything to the zucchini salad. It's literally just salt and zucchini. And I put it on top of the salmon and the rice. My whole thing is, why do I want to write a book? Why don't I just have a blog? Do, I don't know, that thing that all the writers are doing now? Yeah, Jonathan has my cookbook. Throw some shit in a pot, cook it. That's it. That's all I do on these lives, you know? Needs some seaweed. You know what? Yes. Good night, media girl. I would love to narrate a 10,000 hour audiobook. I'm already recording the rest of my life. What do you think this is, Linda? Here, we got your seaweed rim. Some furikake. This furikake has sesame seed, potato, sugar, lactose, cornstarch, salt, shrimp, seaweed, soy sauce, egg yolk, sorbitol, carmine, paprika, beta-carotene, malic acid, disodium ribonucleotide, ascorbic acid. Contains milk, shrimp, soy, wheat, egg. Oh, that was too much. Holy shit. Oh my god. Hypertension. Which is kind of what my mom died of, so not really jokey, but still kind of a joke. I hate these containers because you can't reuse them. The metal thing does not budge. I've not been able to clam off the metal piece in here. Yes, I would love to take you along to thrift stores, but you know, some thrift stores actually throw you out for filming, so I don't know how that's gonna work. Honestly, thrifting content, my favorite. I would put sesame oil in here if it weren't already coated in a thick ass layer of salmon fat. That sounds intense, Eliza. Is it worth the effort? I'll try it with this one. I'll try it with this one. I just don't want to like hurt myself. It's not worth it sometimes. I'm really sad that
I can't remember the question I was going to ask you guys. Hi, Alana. We trust in Gary to give me suggestions on how to fuck my life up. I'm eating leftovers, essentially. If you saw the live from 2 nights ago, that's what I'm eating. Do I seem like an only child to you guys? Yeah, except nothing is raw in here. Well, I guess the zucchini is raw. I don't give you only child vibes? How do I not give you only child vibes? Linda says yes. Oh, but then she said JK. Okay, can you tell me what American birthed only child vibes are? Now I'm super curious. I give middle child vibes? Fuck. That's like probably the worst one, no? I am very entitled. I am very entitled. You don't see it? That's crazy. Maybe I'm still really good at hiding parts of myself. I don't know, I just feel like middle children have like a very bad reputation in popular culture. They're always like the neglected middle child, so they always have a lot of gripes internally and they always try to be attention seeking. Like that's the impression that I have from pop culture. I am a good liar, you're right. What else have I been lying to you guys about? What if this all was a lie? Do you think I would get canceled first or an Oscar first? Hi, Mel. Aaron said a lot of things. Okay, for those of you who don't know what horoscope zodiac bullshit that I am, those of you who do know, shut up. Those of you who don't know, what zodiac sign do you think I am? You would be an Aquarius. Oh, we got a Chinese zodiac sign. Okay. Grandma's a rabbit, actually. Wow, we have Scorpio in the house. I give off Sagittarius vibes? Wow. I give off Leo vibes. Yes, I am a snake. What is the stereotype of Leos? Shut up, Ram. Oh, you're asking people how it's possible I'm Sagittarius and Leo. Sorry, I take that shout out back. I'm sorry for being a bitch. Bye, K-Clock. Center of attention, fiery. General consensus of people who know horoscopes and zodiacs. Do we like Leos? Wow, Leos can rot? What the fuck, Gary? That's intense, bro. Ashley. Oh my gosh. Wait, Carolyn Walsh, can you please explain the female versus male Leo distinction? It does seem like we have a lot of female Leos. I'm gendering you by your name. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. But it would seem, based on your names and the conventionality of gendering names, that we have a lot of female Leos. Yeah, what about non-binary Leos? Wait, I missed it. Did we talk about why male Leos are bad? I don't know my ascending. Listen, if I tell you guys what my birthday is, you guys can probably like Google that shit, but is it accurate? I don't know. I'll tell you right now, I'm a Libra, technically. Sorry, Gary, I guess we have to break up. Wow, we are really splitting into camps here. You have someone close to you, you're thinking about that as Leo. That is correct. Yes, I'm trying to figure out what the traps of a Leo is. How do we know if they're a good person, though? How do you define a good person? Libras sometimes have a hard time making decisions. Sometimes. Where are those lucky Libras? Leo apparently is a fixed fire sign, although I don't know what the hell that means. My birthday is September 30th. The Leo men I know are too nice to a fault. Well, that's not good either. What does that mean? Too nice to a fault. Wow, fascinating. I love talking about zodiacs because I have no idea what it means. We have 16%. Tell me all about zodiacs. I do want another snack though. I think I should finish making up that bread. Nobody cares about Tauruses and Capricorns. I have a Taurus in my life too. I think I'm just starting to understand the Taurus. Like 3 years. 3 years in. Yeah, well, why don't you tell me about the date of my birth and what that means for my personality? I can't tell you anything about Aaron. That's his beeswax. We've already stated boundaries. What is Fred? I don't know. He's Fred. Taurus, very tired and cozy. Yeah. You need time and look. Well, I was born in Beijing. I don't know what time. It might have been like 2 p.m., but I really don't know. I feel like Aquarius seems really fun. You know what? Hold on. I do know my birth time. Can we do it with 9% battery life though? Sorry, I lied. I can't find it. I thought I put it with mom's jewelry, but I can't find it. So basically when I was born, I was given this like big coin with carved time and date of my birth, but I can't find it right now. So I apologize for that clickbait. I got all of your hopes up. I'm just gonna sit here and eat some roasted almonds until our live cuts off. Tell us a bedtime story. I think I'm entering my spinster phase. And that's it. That's your bedtime story. My entire life is dissatisfying. My starter is so liquidy. It's so wrong. It's so wrong. $111 grams. Let's just go full whack. Why not? 130 grams. Okay. Ready for gushiness? How else do you make sourdough, you animal? Fake. A huge part of sourdough making is actually contributing the bacteria flora from your hands. That's why I washed it first. I used the Dutch whisk to combine the flour and the water, but fake vanilla. Yeah, these have yeast on it too. That's why I have no nails. You might think I'm a lesbian, but I'm actually just a cook. Okay, now I'm gonna add in the weird shit like flax, cranberry seeds, whatever grains I want. Oh my god. Can't open it. What else do you want me to whisper? I'm gonna eat some raw dough. Is this sex work? Sorry. Oh, that tastes nasty. Gross. Ugh. Oh, not a fan. Oh. Oh my god, I hate that taste in my mouth. Well, some sex work is a crime, depending on where you live. Oh, God. That's awful. That tastes so bad. We're gonna have to add some sugar. Ugh. Oh, cool. Grandma had some packets of sugar, so we'll just add these. They always give Grandma sugar, and I'm like, she doesn't eat sugar. How surprised would you be if I actually ended up dying because of something that I ate? I would be so sad. It'd make me sad. This is gonna be the densest sourdough I've ever made. Because there's no gluten in here at all, and it's mostly cassava. So this is actually gonna be like a gummy bread, which might be my thing. I might wanna think about baking this in a different shape actually, because it is so solid. It might not be a loaf actually. It should maybe be a flatbread. Yeah, maybe on this cast iron right here, actually. We'll just see how it develops tomorrow. We'll play it by ear. Okay, let me see how much battery life is left. 9%. I'm gonna eat an apple and we're gonna call it quits. Say bye-bye to bread. I can put coconut in it. But maybe not this time. The buckwheat is gonna be a little rough. It'll compete with the flavors too much, I think. We do have to feed our sourdough. I'm gonna do a wild ass thing here. I'm gonna feed it with chickpea flour. This is gonna mess up our sourdough so bad, y'all. I think it's gonna need to be a stiff sourdough with the chickpea flour. So I'm doing double the amount of chickpea flour to water. There is a difference between stiff. June, how did you get over COVID so quickly? I don't know, I think it's dependent on the person, right? So I got 2 shots of the initial vaccine, then I got a booster, and then I got a bivalent in September. I feel like that has to do with it. Did you get the bivalent yet? Are you vaxxed? Do you have autoimmune issues? Do you have pre-existing conditions? Like, obviously you don't have to tell us all of this because it's extremely personal information, but those are all factors. Yeah, bivalent was my 4th. I had 4 shots. Although some studies are coming out saying the 4th shot actually makes your immune system weaker against COVID. So I don't know what the fuck is going on with that. I just don't know anymore, y'all. I just don't know anymore. That's not to say that I'm fully healed though. I'm still missing like my strength. My sense of smell and taste are still kind of off. I can't smell certain lotions that I used to be able to smell immediately. So there's definitely a lot of weakened elements. But yeah, my cough never
to have her run that thing. Do I think we evolved? No, I'm anti-evolution. I almost said I'm anti-revolution, which, you know, maybe. Because what do revolutions do? Anyway, I don't know what we evolved from. Does it fucking matter? Can we evolve out of this, though? I'm tired of it. 5% left. You have, like, 4 minutes. I'm not against the act of revolution. I'm against the idea of revolution. Would you like me to explain that with my 3 minutes? I think the act of revolution is necessary because life is always about renewal, change, evolving. However, the idea of revolution stands for this stage at which we are supposedly going to win a utopia. I don't think there is a utopia. I think utopia by definition necessitates fantasy, unachievability, and perpetual abstraction of perfectionism. Therefore, the idea of revolution as a catalyst for achieving utopia is also an abstraction. I can be a cook and a mukbanger. Why limit myself? I am against DDR because have you seen people play it? They look like idiots. Have you ever thought about how maybe humans don't suck? We are just programmed to suck, which is not the same thing. Humans sucking implies a sort of agency, but humans being programmed to suck implies no control. Individuals are great, people suck. I'm gonna have to think about that one. What are we? Almost choked on my apple. What are we sucking? I don't know. You can suck whatever you want to suck, bro. Apple's great. It's a Honey Crisp, which I think is kind of overrated given the abundance of apple varieties. But as far as a supermarket apple, Honey Crisp's pretty good shot of it being great. We had a zucchini and eggplant talk. I missed all of it. 3%. Okay, pink ladies used to be my favorite, but I think they're too dense now. Lee's favorite astrological sign. I don't really know much about them. Ida Red. Not very popular in supermarkets. Bye, y'all.
It's been fun. We've lost so many of you due to bedtime and boringness of mukbanging. Hopefully I'll cook something tomorrow. Or not. I don't know. There's still 200 of you here. But it's been great as always. I hope Media Girl is definitely in bed and hopefully asleep by now.